Welcome to the Wonder Boldly podcast, hosted by yours truly, Christine, founder of Drizzle Academy. I am going to encourage and motivate you to take action towards your big goals. I'm going to teach you everything I've learned from building a very successful 25-year career, coaching people, and starting my own online business. I am going to give you so many action items. You are going to be able to wonder boldly. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Wonder Boldly. I am coming at you real straight up today. So I want to tell you this story about a launch I just did, which was a complete flop. And it all stemmed from trying to really figure out who I'm trying to reach, my audience, who is it, and is it really the person that I was, say, I'm calling it 4 years now. I've settled on 4 years. I've gone back and looked at all the courses I've taken. So let's just say it was 4 years ago, and I'm going to leave it at that. And really thinking about where I was then and what I was interested in doing and how I began. So we all hear this phrase, just start, right? And some of us don't even know how to just start. And that was me 4 years ago. So 4 years ago, I was like, well, I want to make some more money. How can I do that? So I started taking courses. Maybe I'll blog. Maybe I'll sell t-shirts online. Maybe I'll sell books online. Like all the things just really was about money. How am I going to make more money? I have a great job. I love my job. I've been at the same company for over 25 years and really happy doing that. And it was really all just about making more money. So I wasn't looking to leave my job. I was just, can I say it one more time? Looking to make more money. Okay, so I started looking at things and trying to figure out how do people make more money. And so I started buying investment books. I started, like I said, getting involved in selling t-shirts, getting involved in selling books. I'm trying to think what else. And blogging, getting involved in blogging, and how could I make money doing that? So along the way, I started coming across really what I felt inspiring people. Maybe it was a Marie Forleo or a Robin Sharma, and things just started to shift for me. And I was like, okay, these folks are doing things that are helping others. And I have always wanted to help others. And in my corporate job, I feel like I'm able to do that. I tap into that skill set that I have, that I love, coaching people. And so I still wasn't sure, but then I just started to absorb all of this goodness from these people that I never would have known about before, but I just started really searching and looking, what was I looking for? So you might be saying, well, what were you looking for? So then I was looking for personal growth and how I could do my corporate job better, how I could be a better manager, how I could coach people better. And then I just stumbled upon these folks, whether, like I said, whether it was a Marie Forleo or Brendan Bouchard, or just started stumbling on all these people and listening to podcasts and absorbing and reading. And I don't do a lot of reading, I have to be honest. I do Audible. But still getting the books, doing either the reading or listening to it, and really finding things that aligned. And so there was this one really, really strong voice, which was a voice of serving others. And how could I go about doing that? So I started talking to my friends and, what did they see as my friends, my really close and dear friends that I maybe helped them with. And they all just kept coming back saying, you should be a life coach, you should be a life coach. And I really was resistant to it. For many reasons, a lot of imposter syndrome, but I kept looking into it, investigating it, like I said, getting the books and so forth. And then I finally decided I was going to invest in myself. And I thought, I'm going to take the skills that I have from work and apply those and see how that pans out. So I started my business and I started helping people with their resumes and interviewing skills. I am a hiring manager and I felt like that was something that I could really help people with. So I started my business doing that, enjoyed that a lot. I started first doing volunteer work. I do believe, and if you haven't done this, everyone's different. But for me, I felt like I really needed to start volunteering and then monetizing it. So I did that, volunteered a lot, helping people with their resumes and interviewing skills, and then I monetized it and coached people through those things. And I did really enjoy it, but it still just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel right. So I started to kind of step away from that. I still actually help people with their resumes and things like that, but it wasn't a big push. I kind of stepped away from that, and then I thought, okay, how can I assist people? And so then I, started hearing those voices again. Really should be coaching. Really should be coaching. So I invested in a program, for me, a pretty high ticket program, and learned more about that, and just dove into the world of coaching and what it means to be a coach and how to do that in an online world. And what I found where I struggle a lot is not from the coaching perspective, but from the sales and marketing perspective. That is not a skill that I had. Still am working on it. I will have that skill, but that was really where I needed the most assistance. So I think that along my journey, let's talk about just selling the t-shirts, which was fine and it was fun, but that what came from a money perspective, right? It was about, I wanted to make money, and who doesn't? I still do. Don't get me wrong. I'm not pretending like I don't want to make money. Of course I want to make money, but it brought me to the point where I am now in coaching and helping others. And that's really what I enjoy. And in between there, I also invested in other programs. I have a whole list of them because I do keep very good records, and thousands and thousands of dollars that sure, maybe I have morsels from them that have helped me, but definitely I could have saved some money. So I launched this program, How to Start. People tell you to just start. I'm like, $14.99, let's do this thing, and I will come to the table and tell you how I just started and how maybe you can just start, and really kind of, in my mind, it's giving you like warnings or advice to not invest in high ticket items until you're ready. And you might think you're ready out of the gate. I do. That's how I am. I'm like, I'm ready, and I need that $10,000 course so I can, up level my business. And I think that a lot of that comes from ego, probably. Like I said, I've been in the corporate space for a long time, really coaching people for a long time. And if I really sat down and thought about it, it would have been more apparent to me that I wasn't at that level then, and I needed to really start out smaller. So I put together the workshop, marketed it, and again, that's something I need to continue to improve upon, and it flopped. Not like crickets, like not even like, well, that's not true. I did get some like, oh, that's interesting. So I'm being a little dramatic, I think. I'm being a little dramatic. But it didn't sell anything. It didn't sell any tickets, and it was a flop. And so I thought, well, you learn from it. And I am not ashamed about it. I'm learning as I go here. And I thought, okay, what was it? Was it not the right message? Was it not the right marketing? Was I not passionate enough about it? There's a whole bunch of questions that I need to ask myself. And so I am now flipping that on its head, and instead I am going to do a round of I haven't decided what I'm going to call it yet, quite honestly, but like questions and answers. So I'm going to be asking my audience, what are the questions that you have about just starting? And I will answer them. And so the next podcast will be around those questions. So I'm not sure what, like I said, I'm not sure what I'm going to call it, but I will come to the table with, okay, these are the questions that people have about just starting. And these are my answers. These are my opinions, my answers. Somebody else might have their others. And that's why we're all here in this space talking and sharing ideas. I personally love to learn from others. So I'm going to take that approach. So the moral of this podcast is these are action steps for me. I am going to take my failed attempt at this Just Start workshop and flip it on its head and try something a little bit different here. Your action item is to reach out to me if you think you have some questions that I can assist with, that I can answer, and that might even help the audience. And maybe your questions aren't things that you need an answer for, but you know it would serve other people. I'm all ears, and I would love to hear those. So, thank you as always for listening. Thank you as always for your support. Please subscribe to this podcast, give it a review. I know my action steps, your action steps. Send me your questions. You can DM me on Instagram, Christine Santos Coach. Thank you again, and I'll be back here with questions and answers on how to just start. That's it for this episode. Thank you again so much for listening. Please head over to Instagram to follow me there. And if you want more of these types of strategies and so much more around reaching your goals, you definitely want to get on my email list. You can go to my website, drizzleacademy.com, and sign up there. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did and want to share it, take a screenshot and tag me on Instagram. I'd love to connect with you. Until next time, continue to wonder boldly.